In the deepest void of space, where stars go to die, lies a region known only as the Dead Zone. Most ships avoid it, but Captain Nina Cade of the Astra Vale was never one to follow the charts. And that's where she found him. At first, she thought her ship's sensors were on the fritz. The readings were impossible. Not a solid life form, not a vessel, but something else. A shifting silhouette appeared on the main view screen, tall and hauntingly asymmetrical. Its body seemed to fold in on itself, a liquid shadow threaded with faint ethereal blue light. The very fabric of space around it warped subtly, as if it existed just a fraction of a second out of sync with their reality. "Captain," her science officer whispered, his voice barely audible over the hum of the bridge. "That thing, it's watching us." The entire crew was frozen, a mix of awe and terror on their faces, but Nina felt something different. A strange sense of calm, of inevitability. She stepped forward, her boots echoing softly in the sudden silence of the bridge. "No," she said, her voice steady and clear. "He's waiting," and then it happened. A voice echoed not in her ears but directly in her mind. It wasn't made of words, but of pure, unfiltered memory. In a flash, Nina saw stars collapse into silent, graceful oblivion. She witnessed entire civilizations choosing a quiet erasure over the violent chaos of extinction. She felt an unbearable weight, the loneliness of survival stretched thin across millions of years, an existence defined by loss. The presence introduced itself. "I am Zog, witness, archivist, guardian of the quiet." As this thought formed in her mind, the ancient alien structure at the heart of the Dead Zone began to respond. Its dark crystalline surface pulsed with a soft light, like a living organism waking from a long slumber. Nina realized Zog wasn't the creator of this place, he was its keeper, the last of his kind. A species that had learned a devastating lesson too late. That intelligence without restraint, without wisdom, is just another form of violence. The sheer power emanating from the structure was intoxicating. Nina, a veteran of countless conflicts, immediately felt the temptation. This technology, it could rewrite the balance of power across the entire galaxy. It could end wars, enforce peace, control the unending chaos that plagued every known quadrant. It was the ultimate weapon, the ultimate tool. Zog sensed the ambition flaring in her mind, the commander's instinct to seize an advantage. "You are not like the others, Captain Nia." His mental voice was softer now, tinged with curiosity. "You listen before you conquer." Nina met the shifting gaze of the entity on her screen, her own expression unflinching, her resolve solidifying. "And you," she sent back, her own thought sharp and direct. "Hide instead of trusting." For a single, stretched-out moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. The light within Zog's shadowy form dimmed, his silhouette wavering. "Trust is expensive," he replied, the memory of loss sharp as a blade in her mind. "It costs entire worlds." And in that instant, Nina understood. She understood the burden he carried, the wisdom born from unimaginable tragedy. True command, she realized, wasn't about claiming every weapon, about knowing every secret. It was about having the wisdom to recognize which truths the universe wasn't ready for, which powers were too dangerous to even acknowledge. Back aboard the Astra Vale, the silence on the bridge was thick with unspoken questions. Her crew looked to her, their faces a mix of confusion and expectation. They had just witnessed the impossible, a discovery that would change history. Nina turned away from the view screen, her decision made. The weight of her command settled on her shoulders, but it felt lighter than it had in years. "Erase all records," she ordered, her voice ringing with an authority that left no room for debate. "Log a sensor malfunction." No coordinates, no mission notes, no mention of Zog. As of this moment, this place never existed. A few of the junior officers hesitated, their hands hovering over their consoles. The science officer opened his mouth to object, but a single look from Nina silenced him. She didn't need to explain. They trusted her. As the Astra Vale turned, its engines firing to pull them away from the Dead Zone, Nina took one last look at the view screen. From the edge of perception, Zog watched them go. He was neither enemy nor ally. He was something far older, something more patient. A final thought, a quiet promise, brushed against her mind. "We will meet again, Captain. When your kind learns the value of silence." The stars on the screen returned to their familiar, orderly patterns. The Dead Zone vanished behind them as if it had been a dream. And for the first time in decades, a genuine sense of hope warmed Captain Nina Cade's heart. Not because humanity had discovered something powerful enough to save itself, but because, for once, it had found the wisdom to leave it behind.